Chapter 11. The Meeting of the Gods. You are listening at FameTV.info. 1. The Meeting of the Gods. The room emanated a cold chill, a result of the power emanating from the gods as they sat around the round holy table. The walls felt tighter. Although far apart, it felt like they were closing in on them. The only noise that could be heard were the harsh breathings of the angels that served as personal messengers to the gods. There was no fire, nor heat, just cold, freezing air and unbearable silence. The space around them was empty, void of life, deflated to nothingness like the space in between planets of only starts and orbits, light with a tint of darkness. Each of the gods had taken a seat in Oceania, the center of the world of Neptune, the home of all the gods. The meeting was presided by Zeus, the king of all kings and the god of all gods. He sat on the high chair in the middle of the table with his son at his right hand, and his wife at his left. There was not a smile on anyone's faces as they sat around the round table thinking and contemplating. Demeanors edged from the fear of war. The life of the people of Neptune was being threatened by Hades, and they were at a loss on what to do to stop him, Hades, the god of hell and fire. The question is, if indeed the prophecy is true, can it be averted? Apollo asked. His eyes shone like the sun, his skin glowed like fiery clay, his red lips were curved in a frown. He seemed to be more affected with the turn of events than any of the gods because the people believed greatly in him and he loved them sincerely. I don't care if the prophecy is true or not. I do not care for it to be averted. I want Hermes dead, and I want him dead before the first festival. This throne shall never be contended. The prophecy be damned. Zeus growled. His voice causing the walls to close and even more on the other gods that he hit his staff on the ground in fury. His eyes did not leave the golden altar that was set in front of him. A total of 6 gods sat on the round table, their eyes never leaving Zeus. Demeter, Apollo, Aphrodite, Hephaestus, Ares and Hestia. Aiden, the son of Zeus who was at his right hand, was less concerned with the happenings of the gods. The war was not his to worry about, and he did not like to worry about it. He watched with little concern whilst stopping himself occasionally from yawning. His father had never sent him out on a war before, he won't now. He still could not understand why he was asked to be in the meeting in the first place. That a god he was, yes, but of what use was he if he knew not how to fight? That he had been quiet throughout the meeting, what was he to contribute? He had no place amongst them. They had never made it more clearer than they did now. Only his friend Apollo spared him a glance when he walked in. But he was here for his father, and he wouldn't let their arrogance discourage him. He had lived his life like a tree in the wind from birth, waving opinions wherever the wind sent him. The wind, his father. You say it like it's a mere play for children. No one of us can step into the gate of hell and return. Except those of the original blood, and you know that. Aphrodite said. She flipped her white hair back, exposing her veined neck. The gown she wore flowed down her legs and her skin was as white as snow. She too was worried, and like others she didn't have a plan. I'll go then. Ares stood, courageous as always. His arrow slung on his shoulders and his sword glistened on the table. The god of war never chickened out of a battle. He was the god of war after all. I'll bring him to you on a platter of gold, my lord, for I am Ares, the god of war, and I always win. Don't be stupid, Ares. Demeter admonished. Her pretty lips curved in distaste. This is not a war with demons, this is going to hell. This is no time for courage abreast with foolish pride. Enough of this bickering. Zeus bellowed. He had no time for this. The prophecy must be stopped by all means, yet his fellow gods seemed not to understand the severity of the matter. If they did, they would not be here wasting his time with meaningless things. My son will go. Zeus breathed out the order, sending a wave of shock down the very walls of the room of which they were all sighted. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.